Hello, my darlings. I hope you're up for a Crafternoon. Today, we are going to make flat puppets. So, materials. We will need some paper. Any old paper will do. Just keep in mind that if you plan to make a larger puppet, you're going to want thicker, stronger paper so it doesn't get too floppy. But if you're making something about this size, regular computer paper will be just fine. We need scissors. We will need something to use as a stick. So either a chopstick or a popsicle or whatever kind of stick that you have lying around. You will need markers or crayons, something to color in your design. And you'll need some tape. We also need an idea. This is a book that my father gave me called African Wildlife by Peter Roberts and David Steele. It's kind of a pretty old book, but it has lots of cool pictures of animals from all over the continent. I want to make a wildebeest today. So this is a very cool picture of some wildebeests in the wild. Let's draw the outline. And here I have the shape of my wildebeest. I gave him a little bit of a beard over here, and since they have tails a little bit like an elephant, I gave it some texture, but not too much because I'm gonna have to cut all of these shapes out. So I don't wanna make anything that's gonna be too hard for me to cut out with my scissor. The next step is coloring in our puppet. We know from our research that wildebeests are mostly different shades of brown, but because this is my wildebeest and I can do whatever I want with my creations, I'm gonna mix some other colors in there because it makes me smile. So I have some yellow, orange, and pink, and I'm gonna use them to do some cool highlights. So now I have my wildebeest all colored in the way that I want it. Next step is to cut it out. Remember, when you're cutting, you don't have to go all in one fell swoop. You can kind of come at it from different angles because all of the negative space, meaning the paper around our design or our puppet, we don't need that. So it's okay if you're cutting it up into little pieces. And the advantage of coloring in our puppet before we cut is that we don't really have to worry about going over our shape lines, our outline, because that stuff, we'll just cut it away anyway. And here we have our wildebeest. Now we need to tape a stick on this so we have a way to hold it and play with it. So on the back of your puppet, you can take chopstick or whatever stick you found that you can use. And I usually place the stick somewhere around in the middle. You want to use plenty of tape for this because the tape will actually help reinforce the paper so our puppet won't be too floppy. Now I have a wildebeest and I can gallop him all about. What kind of sound do wildebeests make, I wonder? It's like snorty like a horse maybe. Oh no, where are you going? If you have any questions at all, please reach out and ask me. And I hope that this inspires you to get crafty and creative and to have so much fun.